Hello everyone, these are my bare eyes, and today I'm going to show you my go-to techniques for achieving two of my favorite transforming looks for hooded eyes. The first look is called a halo eye, and the halo technique will make your eyes look bigger and more awake. For both looks, I begin by applying an eyeshadow base or concealer to even out any discoloration on my eyelid. Then I set that with powder. And using a mid-tone neutral shadow, I move my brush back and forth in a windshield wiper motion. Then using a slightly deeper shade, I place the color on both the outer third and inner third of my lid. Then using whatever pigment is left on the brush, I blend that into the crease as well, making sure to avoid the center of my mobile lid. Now using my finger, I pick up a shimmer shadow, place that into the empty space. Then using the same shades I applied to my crease, I run those along my lower lash lines. And as you can see here, I'm connecting it to the outer corner of the upper lash line, but I'm rounding out the shadow. I'm not extending it out towards my temples. For eyeliner, I'm using a dark shadow and a tiny angled brush and placing that right at the base of my lashes, all the way across, but not extending it into a wing. Picking up a matte ivory shadow, I'm placing that underneath the arch of my brow and then also into the inner corners of my eye, as well as the outer corners. It's almost like I'm making a circle around the eye with the ivory shadow. I'm applying it to the inner third, the arch of the brow, and then rounding right over here. Then you want to take an ivory pencil and place that into your lower waterlines. Then I just curl my lashes, apply some mascara, and I'm done. For the cat eye look, I'm going to remove the white eyeliner and use tape as my guide to achieve a truly elongated feline look. I'm picking up a dark eyeshadow and just patting that onto the outer corners of my eyes. Then I use a fluffy crease brush to soften any harsh edges. Next, I go back and intensify the liner along the upper lash line. Now I gently remove the tape, and using the angled line the tape left behind, I'm taking the dark shadow once again to extend the wing up and out towards my temples. And I'm going over it as many times as necessary to achieve the depth of color and intensity of the wing that I'm looking for. If you are just starting this look from scratch and not working off of a halo eye like I've done here, you will still do almost all of the same steps as the halo technique, except you won't be placing that mid-tone shade onto the inner corners of your eyes, just the outer corners. And instead of just placing that ivory shadow right here by the very inner corners of the eyes, by the tear ducts, you're going to want to take that shade up onto 2/3 of the lid. For the cat eye look, I do prefer to use matte shadows over shimmers because I feel like that really brings the attention to the outer corners of the eyes and not the lids. Then I also darken up the outer third of my lower lash lines and connect it to the wing. To accentuate the feline look even further, I use a dark waterproof eye pencil to tightline both my lower waterline and upper. To bring this look together and truly elongate the eyes, I do like to add a couple of lash clusters just right on the outer corners. These are from Amazon, and you can buy them in all different lengths. I prefer mine to be a little bit more on the shorter side, and using tweezers, I just apply one cluster on the very outer corner of my eye, and then another one right next to that. Another thing you can do to really emphasize the cat eye effect is to take your eyeliner into the tear duct, top and bottom, connecting them in the corner. This BK Beauty 208 Precision Angled Brush is a must for this technique. I have extremely oily eyelids, and even with primer and all the best waterproof products, anytime I have tried to bring the liner into that inner V, top and bottom, it has smudged, which is not a good look. But if you don't have that problem, I do recommend applying your eyeliner in that way. Here's the side-by-side comparison, and I do both looks regularly, depending on my mood and where I'm going. And if you would like to see more tips and tricks for how I apply makeup to hooded eyes, I have an entire hooded eye playlist that you can access from my main channel page, including my very popular hooded eye masterclass. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find me over on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. My username is the same on every platform. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.